Baba is talking about himself as the ocean of love. In Bhakti, we used to sing, "You are the ocean of love, and we are thirsty for one drop. तू प्यार का सागर है, तेरी एक बूंद के प्यासे हम." But Baba says that although in Bhakti people say that you are the ocean of love, they don't have the experience of how Baba is the ocean of love or ocean of peace or ocean of happiness. But we children don't sing that we are thirsty for one drop because the ocean belongs to us. And then Baba says, you are experiencing firsthand how Baba is the ocean of love. And the question is, what is love and what is an act of love? So, how do you recognize that someone loves you? So, what is an expression of love? What is an act of love? That is what Baba clarifies today. And you see that sometimes we would say that when somebody loves us, they care for us. But what is care? Providing a cup of coffee, providing food, providing, facilities, is that care? So that is the question. So because we have always been body conscious, we think that satisfaction of material and physical needs is care, and that is an expression of love. But Baba tells us that Baba has educated us that we are souls, and physical needs are never fulfilled. So the nature of physical needs is the more you get, the more you desire. Yes. So, when one desire gets fulfilled, then two emerge. Not another one, then two emerge. That is the rule of desire, physical desire. Physical desire is like a deep well where you keep putting things, acts of give and take and everything, people, places and things. You keep filling that well with people, places and things, and it never gets quenched because it's too deep. So that's the reality about physical desire. Now Baba says that you are a soul, and an act of love is providing you with what you need. And the most important thing you need is providing you with purity and making you pure. Because purity is the mother of peace and happiness also. So Baba says, I am the ocean of love, and I love you enough to purify you. So do you understand that purifying us is a really tough task? It's not easy because there are so many layers of impurities that Baba has to be really consistent and very dedicated in his act of love to purify us. And I remember that, I have tried to learn many things in life, but most of the things I left halfway, learning halfway, because I had to put in more effort in learning than the teacher put effort in teaching. And I didn't have that kind of dedication to take that initiative. But even when people, the whole world says, the becoming pure and becoming a yogi is a very difficult thing, I found it very easy for me. This was the easiest thing I ever did, because the teacher put in lot more effort than he expected from me. And I just had to be present every day. I think the only thing we did was be present in Amrit Vela, be present for Murli, be present for Baba's Palna. But everything else Baba does. Baba teaches, Baba corrects, Baba warns, Baba fills us with courage. Baba recognizes when I'm getting disheartened, uplifts, encourages. Baba does everything, and I don't know if this is not an act of love, then what is? So this is love, the ocean. That is why Baba is called the ocean of love, because he makes that effort which makes you pure. And in the world, people make effort to make you impure. Yes, so there are, and it sounds bizarre to say that people make effort to make you impure, but people always want you to be caught up in someone or something. So they don't like you, they don't like a free soul. They will always want you to be caught up in someone or something, and they make that effort until you're caught up in the job or in the business or in a relationship or something, and when you're fully caught up, then they leave you. So they keep troubling you until you're fully caught up. But Baba, on the other hand, he liberates us. And the quality of truth is it sets you free. And Baba liberates us. Baba liberates us from the clutches of vices, desires, everything. And it has got nothing to do with being less productive, because we are obviously much more productive as free souls. But then Baba tells us that this is the act of love that Baba does for us. And when Baba makes me pure, then I become eligible for a pure world. And that is why I can claim a right to Satyug through this purity. So Baba says, this is my act of love, that I make you pure and I make you eligible for a pure world, a happy world. So I give you happiness also. Now Baba tells us that when you become pure, then you become part of the world where everybody is loveful and you are also loveful. So let's understand that love and purity are connected. So so if you just introspect a little, in this world, in this vicious world, love is always connected with sorrow and jealousy and hurt and pain. Yes, love is always connected with these feelings. So if you ask anybody, do you feel possessive about and jealous of? Yes, jealous, you experience feelings of jealousy when you love somebody? They would say yes. Or when you say that, do you feel feelings of attachment and hurt in love? They would say yes. So in the world, love has made us this, this jealous, this disappointed, attached, dependent, hurt. This is what love has made us. And Baba tells us that when I love you and you take that love, then you become capable of true love. True love which inspires someone to become pure and powerful. Not true love which debilitates the another one. In the world, love debilitates another one. But at least at the spiritual level, it does. So Baba says that when you receive my love, then you become pure. And when you become pure, your idea of love also changes. And the way you love also starts to change. And when you start embracing the idea that love means making somebody pure and powerful, that is love, then you start encouraging another soul to come back to its power. And this is how we create a world where everybody is, everybody is not a, insect of attachment. Baba says, "Yahan moh ke keede hain." Everybody is moh ka keeda. But in Satyug, in the golden age, we are not insects of attachment. We are all very powerful, loveful souls who are not attached, who are not disappointed, who are not piling on each other. Yes, so who are not spiritual vampires trying to suck each other's spiritual blood. So we are not like that. So Baba says, when you take my love, then you become eligible for a really loveful world. And that love where everybody is powerful, not everybody is dependent. So, and Baba says that when you take my love and you reach that world, then the vibration would be such that even the animals would be loveful to each other. So we have always heard that in the golden age, the lion and the bakri, the goat, they will drink water from the same stream and they wouldn't attack each other. Yes, so Baba says that this will be the scenario in Satyug. So, and then people say that lion is carnivorous, so how would he eat? How would he not eat the goat? But the thing is, human bodies were designed to be herbivorous, but today human beings have become carnivorous. So is it a big thing that they would be herbivorous there? So, it's not about, even if the body structure today, if you look at the structure of the body of humans, it is designed to be herbivorous. Humans are not supposed to consume meat, but they are doing that today. So Baba says it is not surprising that a lion would be not consuming the goat in Satyug, and they would live with love and happiness together. So Baba says, this is what my love makes you. My love doesn't make you. So, in the world, when people say, I received true love for the first time, and then I became very possessive and jealous, and I became very prone to hurt and disappointment, it sounds like a very wrong thing to find true love. So Baba says that is not how you find true love, and that true love makes you miserable. And I remember there was this one woman, and she had come to the center and she told me that she was in bad shape, real bad shape. And then she had doubts on the husband and this and that. And then after that, when she was narrating her story, she said that I didn't have a very loving father, and my mother was also not very affectionate towards me. and I didn't have many friends while I was growing up. But then for the first time, I found true love in my, when I was in my first job. And that is the person I got married to. And then I became very possessive, and then see how I have ended up. So I said, I wish nobody finds true love like you. so so people say that I found true love, and then I got so attached and so dependent and had so many negative feelings because that person was not behaving my way, that now I have ended up being very miserable and very full of hurt and sorrow inside. Now Baba says that is not what happens when you find true love. So true love is Baba's love, and Baba's love liberates you from all vices, and it sets you free. And it is because Baba's love encourages you for purity. The biggest act of love that Baba shows is making us pure, because only a pure soul can be free. So impurity is bondage and purity is freedom, and Baba makes that effort which makes us pure and free. And Baba says, when you understand what is true love, then you invest your time and effort in making someone pure, giving Baba's knowledge, sharing Baba's knowledge, connecting them to Baba's classes and Baba's act in Sangam Yuga. That is true act of love. And then when we all go to Satyug, then it's a loveful world where there is no sorrow. Even the animals don't give sorrow to each other. Whereas here, humans are giving sorrow and taking sorrow. That is the only act of love they are showing. And we have also, we have also glorified all of this by saying that, in love there has to be some quarreling, some fighting, some rutna, manana and all of that. But then that doesn't need to be part of true love. So Baba gives us this knowledge today. So Baba says, when you meet the ocean of love, you become loveful, you don't become bitter. So this is beautiful in today's Murli. And then Baba today clarifies something for us, that sometimes, you see somebody who has been Baba's child for some time, and then suddenly you see that they are not the same anymore. They don't have the same feelings for Baba, or their attendance is reducing, or their interest is declining. So Baba says, why does this happen? So Baba says, it looks like it's a very instant thing. It happened yesterday, it was not there, and today it's happening, but it doesn't happen overnight. So Baba is pointing out three things today, but there are many, there are other vices also. So Baba today says that first thing is sanshay, doubt. So if there is not full faith in Baba's knowledge, there is some seed of doubt, then that seed keeps working inside. And then, every time, so, Maya gives us many reasons to doubt Baba's knowledge. And then if there is that seed, then every time somebody tells something, there is something you see, something you hear, then that seed of doubt keeps getting watered. And then the roots of Nishchay in Baba's knowledge, they don't grow stronger. They get weaker and weaker every day. And do you know that when a tree falls, you realize how weak the roots were, but the roots were already weak. So when that person starts getting absent from class or absent from any kind of participation, then you come to know that okay, this the roots have been uprooted, but then they were getting weaker every day because there was this seed of doubt inside. Then second thing Baba says is lust. If there is physical desire, then you will always keep getting, you will keep swinging in this swing of attraction. Every time you get attracted to someone, something, and then that desire for, for a person gets stronger and stronger every day. Now the thing is, we are all consumed by our ideas. So I remember there was this one girl, and she was in college, and she took Baba's Gyan. And after that, after 6 months, she told me, I'm struggling a lot. So I said, what happened? What are you struggling with? So she said, the idea that I don't have anyone and I won't choose anyone for all my life, and I will choose to be single, is troubling me a lot. So I said, do you have any options right now? Like, did you receive some proposals in the last 6 months? Or there are some people who are chasing you or something like that? So she said, no, nobody, none of my friends have approached me or nothing has happened. So I said, what are you struggling with then? You are in college. You are just in college. It's not even time for you to take a decision about this. So what are you struggling with? So you see, all the struggle is in the mind. It's not even an actual situation. There is nobody who is, eligible enough for you to even struggle with this idea whether you want to get married or not want to get married. The question is whether you want to get married or not will come up when you find somebody eligible to get married. Until then, how can you struggle with that idea until then? So this is the beautiful thing about lust, it keeps making you struggle inside even when there is no choice outside. So there is nobody, there are no good choices even, but still you are struggling with it. So Baba says, and then you get tired with this own struggle of lust. So Baba says that instead of focusing on how to make your foundation of spiritual practice strong, Maya will shift your attention and your time to that inner struggle, and then that makes you weak and weaker and more weak every day. So Baba says this is the struggle of lust. And then there is anger. So when there is anger, you cannot experience Baba's love, Baba's peace. And then when you have harbored anger against someone, even when you are attending classes, or I don't think an angry person can get up in Amrit Vela, but at least you are attending classes. But then when you are harboring anger inside yourself, then you are not getting any sustenance from Baba. And this fire of anger slowly, it finishes all that you earned through the classes. And then you feel emptier and emptier every day. And then you don't even have the strength to make more effort to take power from Baba, and ultimately you leave. So this is the struggle that, so Baba says, if there is doubt, if there is lust, if there is anger inside, then you start getting you further away from Baba gradually. And yesterday's class also I shared, even if there is greed. So when there is greed, you keep thinking about money all the time. You thinking about future profit, this, that, and then you have no remembrance of Baba. And then when there is no remembrance of Baba, you're reading the Murli, but nothing is entering your buddhi. There is no experience. There is no experience of Brahmin life. And then you slowly find yourself disinterested in the Murli also. Or when there is attachment, you are constantly thinking about that one person who is not requiting your love. So then you are attached to that person, and that attachment also takes away your buddhi from Baba. And when there is no your buddhi is not connected to Baba, you're not receiving anything. Even if you're reading the, so I have seen some children listening to the Murli like they are listening to the news every day. So people listen to Aaj Ki Taza Khabar with more interest than they listen to the Murli. And there is absolutely no expression, no feeling of happiness, or there is nothing, no expression at all. And there was one brother, he used to come to the class, and every time, during the whole Murli, he would keep looking like this and this and this. And then I said, Baba is not Sarvyapi, where are you looking? So he would just keep looking here and there, and you ask him dharna ke points, he would say, remember Baba, that's it. But so that's how we are going about. But why is it that somebody finds so many points in Murli every day, and somebody is not able to, even after listening to the whole Murli right in front? So the Murli is being told with so much interest and love, but right in front that person is sitting but not getting anything, because the buddhi is caught up elsewhere. And then if you're eating that food which is so tasty and so nutritious every day, but your taste buds are not active, and then you're not getting the taste, then you will slowly develop distaste for that food. But that's got nothing to do with the food, it's got everything to do with your taste buds. So Baba says that buddhi through which you had to take Baba's sustenance, your buddhi is busy somewhere else, and then after some time you lose interest. So this is why Baba says that. And I have seen that sometimes children appear so good on the outside, they look like a perfect bouquet, and then you don't even know what's going on inside them. And when they lose interest, it looks like something should be wrong with Baba, because this person was really dedicated. So you saw the face of this person, and this person from the face looked like they have a lot of interest, but something must be really wrong with Baba, because that person lost interest in Baba. Some are so deceptive. And then you look a little inside, because as a teacher I have seen the inside of such souls, and then you figure out that they are totally drowned in lust, anger, ego, attachment, greed. And on the outside they look like such a good bouquet that they confuse others. So Baba says, be very careful about these things. And in Sangam Yug, if it is called the greatest fortune that Baba comes and holds your hands, then there is no greater misfortune than leaving Baba's hand. So be very wary. So you see, we all have vices, and there will always be waves of anger or a desire or something, but then you have to deal with them. You cannot fool them. If you keep fooling them, they will just sweep you off from your Brahmin journey. So be very, very careful. So if there is a doubt, clarify it. If there is a wave of lust or anger or attachment, take love from Baba. Sit with Baba. Sit with Baba's silence. Sit with Baba's love. And fill that that capacity of desire with Baba's love. So you have to make effort for that. And Baba always says that give yourself the blessing, may you live long. People say, na, jeete raho. So Baba says every day you have to take care to give yourself the blessing that may you live long in this Brahmin journey and take your full inheritance. So this is also something that Baba says. And then in today's Murli, Baba says something which we all know, but today it made a lot of impact. So Baba says Baba doesn't get old because Baba doesn't have a body, and no, the soul never gets old. And Baba says this body consciousness comes like a shadow on the soul, which doesn't allow it to see clearly that I am a soul, I cannot get old. So the soul cannot get old. And you see that this old and young, we are so caught up in all of this all the time. And you see Dadis and you see Brahma Baba. And Brahma Baba became Shiv Baba's instrument at the physical age of 60, when people practically retire. And you see Dadis, they kept, being, they not only carried out Baba's work, but they were the epitome of zeal and enthusiasm until the age of 100, 102, 104, we saw that. So and I remember I was once in Shantivan, and at that time it was 12 in the afternoon, and everybody was very sleepy and hungry. And the hall was full. It was Baba Milan time, and the hall was full. And then Dadi had to come, Janki Dadi ji. So we were all sleepy and hungry at that time, and we just waited that Dadi would come and we would meet, and then we would go and have food. And then Dadi came, and you see, Dadi had such a petite figure. She was not very tall or very, like very, very small Dadi. And she came and she sat, and when she said Om Shanti, it felt like there was a big charge flowing through the whole room. And everybody got charged. And we sat there for 1.5 hours with Dadi. And Dadi kept talking, and I don't even remember what Dadi said, but the energy and the love and the zeal and the enthusiasm with which Dadi was sharing the stories of Sakar Brahma Baba, that was and that day, I thought that no youth, even in their prime youth at 18 or 16, can engage such a big sabha like this. And that is when I realized that age is not a reality. So Baba says that, and I think Dadi was at least 98 at that time. It must have been some 6 years, 7, 8 years back. So Dadi must have been 98 at that time. So just imagine that, it's not like they just continued doing what they did or continued following Shrimad or a discipline, but they were the epitome of zeal and enthusiasm, and they are the ones who inspired and encouraged and gave everybody hope that this is possible. Even people with physical age of 18 and 20, they get startled when they listen they have to get up at 4. And look at our dadis and look at Baba, and Baba never missed Amrit Vela. It never happened that Baba didn't take the morning class. Only on the day Baba became Avyakt, Baba didn't take the morning class. That was the only day. So just think about that when Baba says age is not real, it is true that age is not real. And Baba says you are a soul and souls never age. But you become body conscious and then you get caught up in age. So this is something that we must pay attention to. And then Baba today talks about truth and manners. So Baba says, where there is truth, there are divine manners. In Hindi, they rhyme very well, Satyata and Sabhyata. So Baba says, where there is Satyata, there has to be Sabhyata. If there is no Sabhyata, no Satyata. So, and Baba has told us that when you speak the truth with anger, the truth is no longer the truth. And that which needs to be proved with force is not the truth. So truth is so gentle and so beautiful that it reveals itself. So Baba tells us about 2 words, Zid and Siddh. So Zid is being forceful, being very forceful in your attempt to prove it. So Baba says, when you are forceful in your attempt to prove yourself, then that means you don't have the power of truth. So when you are holding the power of truth inside, you're very gentle, very beautiful, and truth reveals itself. And I will tell you one incident. So there was somebody who made a false complaint against me in office once, and then I was called and I was asked to explain. They didn't even give me a memo in the first place. They called me and asked for an explanation, and I just told them this is not true, this is not how it happened. And I just stood there, and that person kept saying, he spoke, I think he spoke at least 5 to 7 minutes. And then after that, the person who was deciding said, "Aisa lagta to nahi hai." He just said that it doesn't look like she would do this. So I was just, and they didn't even keep me waiting. They told me, "Aap jaiye." So this is, when you are true doesn't mean only in what you did, but true in who you are. And the truth of the soul is purity, it is peace, it is love, it is happy state of mind. And Baba says, when you are true in who you are and true in what you have done, then you will never have to prove yourself. Truth will reveal itself. And Baba says, where there is force, where there is no manners, where there is no divine manners revealing itself in action, there is no truth. And I remember there was this one, so sometimes, when you are young in the journey, you feel like, I did the right thing, but why is not everybody acknowledging it? Yes? But then, when you did the right thing, why are you not at peace? That is the question. So the thing is, when you did the right thing, the first person to be at peace should be you. And if even after doing the right thing you are not at peace, then probably you didn't do the right thing. Because doing the right thing is not just about action, it is also about intention, it is also about state of mind, it's also about your expectation of the result. So when you have done the right thing, which is your intention is pure, there is no expectation, the action is pure, and your feelings and state of mind is pure, then you are the first person to be calm and peaceful because you've done the right thing. And when you are that person, then that vibration becomes a wave, and others are also able to calm all their questions and doubts about you, and they are also able to come to that place where they acknowledge that this one is right. But if you yourself are not at peace, then you must check that maybe your action was right according to you, but maybe the other factors were not in place. That's why truth is, even after being truthful, you are so upset. So this is something that satyata and sabhyata, they go hand in hand, they go together. And where there is the urgency to prove, where there is that force in your approach,